Do this and have orgasms in 2 minutes. That's right, and it has nothing to do with premature ejaculation. If you use the technique I'm going to share here today, you'll be able to make your girl feel maximum pleasure in just 120 seconds, or 2 minutes if you prefer to call it that, LOL. And I'm not the one saying this. It's experts who have actually studied the subject and proven in practice that this isn't just guesswork. In other words, this is like making pasta. It's impossible without pasta. So you'll need to follow the steps below to ensure there's no shortage of seasoning when it comes to enjoying it. Heh. Ready for this? Then let's go. Do you know croissants? Yes, that super delicious French bread we eat in France. No one imagines that making that wonderful thing is a lot of work. Seriously, like you think you just roll out the dough and throw it in the oven. Then you discover it has 72 layers, needs to be folded, cooled, folded again, and boom, you might have perfect bread, or it might be soggy. And what does this have to do with female orgasms in 2 minutes? It's just that we work like that too, LOL. Calm down, I'm not saying you need to smash us 72 times for us to work, haha. What I mean is that there will be days when you'll try 72 different things to get us there and it won't work. And that's the first thing you need to understand to surprise your girl when you make her squirt with pleasure in just 2 minutes, LOL. So now that you know that things won't always go well for you in bed, it's time for the tips that will make her go crazy with lust and pleasure in bed. That said, let's get to the cheating. First, I want you to engrave this in your soul. Know how to choose the right day to act. If you feel like your girl isn't in the mood, don't insist. Wait for the day when she's all flowers in her head. That'll be the ideal day for you to get her there as fast as Flash going to see Mary Jane. Haha. Why does this work? Because she'll already be predisposed to making love to you. And what does that mean? That her brain will be working on a different frequency, that of arousal. So, what to do now? Just follow the other tricks below. Like what? Having good foreplay is already a start, LOL. Did you know that? A 2017 study showed that 44% of women who only engage in dirty sex through penetration have never had an orgasm in their lives, and that 3/4 of women and men who don't skip foreplay during sex claim to have orgasms frequently. In other words, put those fingers and that tongue to work well, because that's what really works. But I know you're tired of hearing the same things. Put your finger there, move your tongue like this, do this thing like this, and blah, blah, blah. That's why I found something different for you to try at the H moment and make her get there really quickly. What's that? A 3-technique combo as powerful as Sub-Zero's fatality in Mortal Kombat, LOL. What am I talking about? The Golden Trio. That's right, a study by a team of US researchers put things into perspective and found that a combination of genital stimulation, deep kissing, and oral sex is all it takes to make your girl orgasm with as much pressure as a street fire hydrant, LOL. How to apply this technique in practice? Just do it like this. Use your fingers or mouth to stimulate her. This is the main point, and you shouldn't stop. Keep the stimulation constant throughout the process. Then do this, and while you continue stimulating her clitoris with your hand, begin penetration. Positions like her on her back with her legs over your shoulders, or her on top work very well. I've tried them and approve, LOL. And finally, this. You add a 3rd stimulus to increase the pleasure. It can be with your mouth, like kissing her neck, lightly biting her ear, whispering dirty things in her ear, etc. You can also use your free hand to squeeze her breasts, stimulate her nipples, etc. Or even, if the position allows, use a finger to stimulate her G-spot at the same time as penetration occurs. In other words, all you really need to do is keep one hand on her clitoris while you penetrate her hard, and use your free hand or even your mouth to give extra stimulation and make her spasm with pleasure while having an orgasm as powerful as a fire hose, LOL. Do you think you can do this at home? Give it a try and let me know if it works. I think both you and your girlfriend will love seeing it in action. Heh.